Hi, welcome back to my channel. I want to do a video on how I've noticed that everything in life as an adult, being 24, I feel like we're all winging it. Like, I'm starting to see more and more how like everyone in life, they don't really have a set path. I feel like throughout your entire childhood, you're fed this syrup of, you know, when you're an adult, like everyone that's an adult is like, you know, not to say that from some understanding you can respect people that have more life experience and wisdom that are, you know, just in their attitude and action. You should definitely get people, regardless of your age, that are completely unjust and just don't need to be listened to, in my opinion. That's a whole other thing. But like, noticing that as an adult you do really like have to wing it, like in a lot of situations. Like I discussed this with someone yesterday, that as a child I think that you have this attitude that like as you become an adult and as you get older you age at the same rate as you do as a child, but apparently it's the truth that you age until you're 25 in your mind, and then after that you just age in your body. And it's just, it's so true. Like, I'm starting to see, like, I've met like really, as I said, like older people that have the mental age of like a 2-year-old, in my opinion. I'm not to say that they probably haven't lived more life and haven't got their own personal attitudes, but to me they seem quite emotionally immature, and immature on a level that I probably as a 4-year-old would have been able to not be that immature, in my opinion. But obviously we all have our own beliefs, we're all made in our own special way given by God. I'm not trying to pretend I'm the creator of the universe, because I'm not. So just, yeah, like it gives me a bit of a state of like, oh, I can kind of relax and sort of let the adults off and realise they're just human beings and not have a god complex for them for a start. Because I definitely think I was a bit of a try-hard at school. I don't think I was a teacher's pet so much as a bit of a try-hard. I just used to really invest into the system because it was my way of coping with a lot of issues I had, if I'm honest. But I therefore was very invested in the system, and I think our egos and our minds always, as a way to cope, will have certain beliefs which I suppose change a lot in your 20s, I've heard, and throughout life in general. But yeah, like through any situation you're always learning, like regardless of your age or your experience, like you're always like evolving and learning through different things. And I've seen, and it matters about age and experience, but I've also seen a lot of young people that have gone through a lot of like stressful things that have a lot more sense than a lot of people that are a lot older. I understand we all have our own path. Again, that sounds really judgy, like I'm supposed to be changing people, which is like not the energy and not the vibe, not a good thing. So let's just leave that out, I suppose. Also, just to touch on, I don't know why I felt this related, but I think it does, in that how just, I think on the idea of like everyone's human kind of thing, is that I'm not to say like everyone should be trustworthy. I just want to quickly disclaim that as well. In my experience, like it's said in the Bible, like Jesus didn't trust anyone because he knew the heart of man, and Judas like betrayed him. And like, not to say like trust issues are good, but being discerning of I'm not saying everyone's trustworthy just because everyone's human, and you get some really bad humans, but you get some really good ones too. But just find your people. But it's like in the main, like most people have like a general level of like humanity, so it's all good. But I don't know what I'm trying to be like, really like. Right, so social media I feel like can show a highlight reel of people's lives. Like even on my channel, like I think I'm quite like myself on like a lot of my videos, but I also feel like I don't think anyone's gonna look at my videos and be like, oh my god, she's like the image of like, you know, whatever. But is, and I hope they don't, because that's a bit strange, and please don't think that. But it's like social media shows a highlight reel, especially on, and I think it's quite talked about, especially on things like Instagram, how like social media shows a highlight reel of people's lives, and it can like have an impact on your mental health. I know this is quite talked about, but even like when you don't think it's happening, like if you do see a lot of people on TV or in magazines, on social media, it's important to understand that like even for me, like I don't even get paid at this point, but I'm still entertaining, like I'm putting myself into a mode that allows me to articulate what I mean through a camera. Like I'm not just sort of like this in my everyday life. Like I'm talking like I would to anyone, but at the same, I mean, but but we all speak differently to different people. So I'm in a mode, do you know what I mean? And I think just anyone, even as if they're a model, they're in a mode to, you know, like smize or whatever, like like people that are in on TV, they're actors, do you know what I mean? They've got a lot of makeup on, and they learn a script and they rehearse it so many times before they actually come out like that. And they've got a lot of followers and a lot of idealization. I think I'm trying to touch on idealization here, in that we all have like the ups and downs, and just as everyone wings it, it's easy to like get into this mindset of like other people have a better life than me, or like I'm sort of like not as far along as everyone else, or just have like self-defeating beliefs, which can come from other things. But social media, like, you can blame anything on anything at the end of the day. Like, you can blame, what I mean is like certain, like, it's not always one thing that creates a negative thought or mindset. Like, you can have past issues that can add to having a negative mindset. I'm not denying that, but I feel like being on social media can, or like seeing others, I mean, on social media can show a side of people that they are putting forward, either on social media or anything else that is in the public eye, and they might not necessarily be that way in real life. Not necessarily, I'm not talking about necessarily personalities, because that's something different. I just mean like from a level of like success. Like, you're gonna see on a lot of people's, especially with the like ongoing like pandemic of narcissism that's going on, is that you'll see people's successes, you'll see people's car that they buy, you'll see people's holiday homes, you'll see people's families that seem to be so perfect, etc. And it's important to realise like everyone has their shit, even, and I know it's like a really obvious concept, but it's sometimes nice to just be reminded that like everyone has their like issues in life, and no one goes unscathed in life, and just to like be reminded of that, like, so that's like more or less what I'm saying. I don't really want to go on too long, but yeah, I guess it just reminds me even more so just how human we all are, and how some people can put up a real facade which is not helpful, but also that I don't know, I suppose on some level some people do it to themselves. Like, I'm not blaming myself, so I think as a way to cope with trauma for myself, I've definitely potentially idealised in the past, or sort of gave some level of like focus. I think we just all evolve at our own stages. Like, it's natural and human to want to look up to your elders. Like, it's how you feel safe. Like, at the end of the day, they've got more capacity than you as a child. So to want to see your elders in this sort of like, you know, all-knowing light is actually probably is a very human thing to do. It's kind of how we are as mammals. So there we are. Bye.